Alright, and welcome to another episode of Aaron's 1972 Datsun 510. Today I'm going to be replacing the alternator that I cleaned up. Whenever I took it apart, I must have done something bad on it, so it didn't have, so whenever I put it back together, it wasn't charging the battery. So I'm going to replace this alternator and then start the car up and see whether that fixes the problem, which is not charging. I've been away for about a month, so I've lost my headphone or my microphone somewhere in the mix, so hopefully you can hear me just fine.
The alternator wasn't very difficult to replace, so after I replaced the alternator, I started working on the wiring for the fans. You'll see me run the green wires. These are sort of like my signal wires to the fans. Once I got those in their sheathing, I went ahead and ran those from the relay box to the front of the car.
We're going to try to figure out why the car will not stay running. So it idles, or it doesn't idle, excuse me, but it it'll if you keep your foot on the gas, it'll just run. So over the past couple days, I have cleaned out all the jets, all the things along the carburetor, and haven't found anything wrong with it. There was some old gas in the car, and there did look to be some old gas in the float bowl, but I replaced that and cleaned all the jets and still couldn't find anything. Give me a second. Tried everything and went through everything that I could possibly think of in things to fix, and ended up finally going to the forums where a guy named, I'm sure it's not his actual name, but Datsun Holic, thank you very much, suggested that there might be bolts here that have backed off on the adapter plate. So I went ahead and took my feeler gauge today. I'll try to get you sort of at least where you can see it. So 0.008 should not slide through, slides right in. So there's one. Let's see if we can get another one in there. Right, like just right, slides right in there. So clearly there's an issue there, and that's where it's probably causing all the problems. I couldn't even get it to idle long enough so I could like test for vacuum leaks. So thank you for that shout out. So we're gonna take off the carburetor today and tighten up those bolts, put some blue Loctite on them, and then put it all back together. If you like what you see, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, so look at this. These are supposed to be tight, so that way there's no air gap. I did not loosen these at all, and I'll try to hopefully see how ridiculously loose that is. Yeah, so they got to be tightened and then put back together. All right, moment of truth here. Went ahead and hooked everything back up. I'm gonna fire it up and see whether it idles. It should idle. I've got it set on stock factory settings. Here we go. Better than I was getting. Gonna bring up the idle just a bit. See where to go from there. I don't have a tachometer on this car. Use my timing light to plug. Okay, then bring this back in. One, no. See anything, Jamie. Right now I'm just adjusting the idle screw. Right now I'm at 470 and it's idling, which is fantastic. Probably gonna have to try it. Got a vacuum link over there. I knew about it. So now we're at 537. 570. There's 753, and it's very stable. Now that I've got that done, I'll go ahead and try to adjust the fuel mixture setting. If I can find where I set down my screwdriver. Leveling off right at 760. I'll say all in all that's a good idle. So again, Datsun forums, thank you so much. You helped a ton. Get out there and drive, guys. Thanks for watching. I haven't wired everything up though, so today I'm going to finish wiring up the fans. Because the carburetor was giving me such trouble a few days ago, I decided that I would go ahead and take care of that. But yeah, before we do that though, I'm going to give you a little treat. I haven't fired up the Z in like 8 months. So I put a battery charger on it last night because the battery was dead. Obviously, I forgot to disconnect the battery. But yeah, so let's see whether that'll start up. So yesterday I dug it out from underneath all the stuff. It's still dusty. I got to get it out and clean it, but I've got quick connect battery cables over here, so it makes it a lot easier to disconnect whenever I need to, which is sort of why it's a bit frustrating that I didn't do that already. So positive to positive, and connected, negative to negative, and connected. All right. Knowing this car, because it's such a good car, probably won't have much to do here other than just fire up. Give it a little bit of, have my foot on the gas a little bit here. That's always a good day. Go back to the 510. So again, for the remainder of this video, I'm going to be finishing up the wiring on the front fans. All I got to do is wire in the actual fans and then wire in the 12 volt switched. So that way I can have 12 volts running the relays. So hopefully you like what you see. Hopefully these videos have been helpful. Love to see what kind of car you're driving, or maybe you can link me over to a build thread. Always enjoy it. And really want to shout out to the forums, Datsun, for Z's, Hybrid Z, Grassroots Motorsports. It's been really cool seeing the responses. I appreciate them. Thank you. All right, so we've got another little project done. It's actually sort of a bigger project, so I'll walk you through it just to sort of show you what I did. So I wired up 2 electric fans that came with the car here along the front. So they're 2 smaller fans that are set up as pushers. I've got the wiring running down here, out of the way. Ground here for the 2 twin fans, like the fans are twin together. I could set them up sequentially, but I decided just to run them both at the same time. The wiring comes back over here, up through a relay box. I've got 2 relays that I wired into this, right, with 2 fuses, and I've just got this wedged in there right now. I'm going to actually tie it in with a quick connect as well as I finish it up. But that's wired in. I can give you the wiring schematic. I drew it all out. If anyone wants it, just ask. But so they go in through here, and then there's the old like map light switch is on in the car, and so if the key is in the off position, I hit this, pull the switch, nothing, right? Key in the on position, pull it, you can hear the wind, and sort of hear the air getting pushed through. Might be a bit of an overkill, but it's going to be hot this summer. More on that later. Yeah, if you have any questions about this was one of the things that I really wanted to get done for the car, and I think it works out really well. One of them feels like it's pushing, and the other one feels like it's pulling. Anyway, today we're going to be taking this old coupler off of the fuel tank and then replacing it with a new line that I ordered from Fuel Line or Filler Neck Auto Supply. I can put a link down in the description below. It should be a pretty straightforward job. As I tell the wife whenever I'm lying to her, probably only 30 minutes, but they usually end up going for much longer than that. Also, just sort of note, this will probably be one of the last episodes that I make at this location, which you won't really notice that until I've already moved on. So next video will likely be in a new garage in a new state, and if you like what you see, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Again, we're just taking out this piece and we are replacing it with a new piece that hopefully won't leak gasoline in my trunk.
Thank you for watching.